better good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. My kids are louder than you are. I want to thank Mindy and Equality Maryland. Thank you so much, David and Kevin and Dana, for your support during the last session. Glendora Hughes, who really should be up here, you're just amazing. I'm very impressed. Her work is just amazing, and I'll tell you why in a few minutes. All of you who came and testified, Jennifer and Laura, Dana, all of you came, and I'm very grateful. I'm going to tell you, it was not an easy bill to take on. When I first was asked if I wanted to, sponsor this bill, I was hesitant, not because I did not support the bill, and I did not believe that it was the right thing to do. But I was hesitant because I had other bills that I care a lot about, and I knew that this bill will require a lot of work, okay? Because of a lot of reasons, some of which, Mindy has already outlined today for you. The bill is very simple, seriously. Without getting into the technical details that Glendora, got into drafting the bill, the gender identity, where to put it, what it said, it basically stated that you should not discriminate against someone when they're looking for housing, when they're looking for work, or when they use a restroom, a public facility. Okay? Very simple. It's not complicated. That's all the bill stated. Don't discriminate based upon the way a person looks. You don't want to use gender identity. Basically, it's the way a person looks. Okay? Because they might not fit the mold, or whatever society has you looking as a female, male, whatever you're supposed to look like. Because you don't look that way now. Don't discriminate against that person. Because underneath that person, whatever they look like, whether you are a transgender individual, whether you are a burn victim, okay, whether you're losing or missing a limb, you shouldn't be discriminated upon. We have done it for other laws in the state because we have found that people have been discriminated upon, okay, for their religion, the way they look, whether they're black, white, Latino, Hispanic. And we do cover and protect them, all right? Obese people get discriminated upon. There are even some statutes now that protect against a person because they're overweight. Because the reality is that human beings, we are just funny people, okay? And we have, sometimes we don't act right, and we don't. So how can we help? And it basically said, don't discriminate upon someone when they're looking for basic employment, especially nowadays with this economy. People need the protection more than ever. It is difficult enough to look for work the way you're accepted by society than to look for work and you don't even fit the mold without even realizing or taking into account whether you can do that job or not. So the bill was a bill that was needed because people need protection when looking for employment, when looking for housing. They need a place to live, okay? When using a facility, a restroom. One of the, and I'll tell you the arguments once I took on the bill, I was really shocked. And it takes a lot to shock me because I've seen a lot, okay? And I could not believe some of the things that some of my colleagues said to me. They said, well, it's a spontaneous decision. Someday they want to be a man today and a female tomorrow. Is that crazy or what? Seriously, do you really think, and I hope I don't offend anyone here, that you're going to subject yourself to being ridiculed or stared at or discriminated upon just for the heck of it? Seriously. You don't. It's not a decision it's not a lifestyle. It's not a spontaneous decision. It's something that you feel inside. And you feel it and you want to express it. It is not because I'm going to dress this way today and let me go out and let me be ridiculed or be mistreated or hurt. Heck no. Life is too problems usually find us. Okay? So what do? It is a problem that needs to be addressed. So I put in the bill, and I started working my colleagues. And we ended up with, what, 60-something, 67 co-sponsors in the House, which was unheard of. Okay? And then we went over to the Senate and ended up with like 13 co-sponsors. Now you would think, in the House we have 141 delegates. In the Senate we have 47 senators. To pass a bill has to pass both the House and the Senate. You need 71 votes out of the House, out of 141. 24 votes in the Senate out of 47. We had 67 already. We were almost there, right? You would think it will pass. No, it didn't pass. Because I'm so glad, and no offense, that the clergy is here and the church is here. Because the church organized and started sending emails against the bill. I was disgusted. Disgusted to the point, I'm a Catholic, that I called the Catholic director and I told her I would never go to church again unless she sent out an email retracting what she was saying. I said, where in the Bible does it say it is okay for you to discriminate? It doesn't say anywhere in the Bible. Whatever Bible you believe in, whatever background you believe in, whether you're Catholic, Protestant, I don't care. Where does it say you can discriminate? The God I know, the God I teach my 3 kids, I have 3 kids, Camilo, who's 10, Caterina and Alejandra, who are twins, who are 8. The God I teach them and my husband says that you accept everyone no matter what they look like. And that you treat people the way you want to be treated, with respect and love. Until otherwise they prove you wrong. Then you don't take it. Okay? And they know that. So when I told my son, it was a kid at school who kept, picking on him and hitting him, and I was like, tell him not to do it. Talk to the teacher. It wouldn't work. Then my husband said, punch him really hard in the nose. And when he punched him really hard in the nose, and he was bleeding, he stopped picking on him and bullying him. Okay? That's right. So, I'm so sorry. And, it's the truth. Is it not? Okay? It is the truth. Okay? Not that I'm advocating violence, but you really need to teach your kids when to stand up. Because bullying, and we have heard in the last 3 months, there have been 2 kids that have committed suicide because they were told they were gay and they were picking on them. Okay, so it is a big deal. It is in our society. It is going on. So we put in the bill, and let me tell you, that bill did not pass, not for lack of trying. God knows we tried so hard. Glendora, Mindy, Kevin, everyone. We would say, meet in my office 9 o'clock in the morning. We will meet, strategize. We brought the unions in to help us out. We try to reach out to the church to help us out. We phone banged and got people to call Reverend Anthony Muse, okay, from Prince George's County, to get him to vote. He was the person we needed to get 6 votes out of that committee, okay? It was extremely difficult to get him to change his mind. And we were told, you don't have the votes, get Anthony Muse, and we'll get the bill out. Well, guess what? We got Anthony Muse because he told me he would vote for it. And when they found out we had the votes, what do you think happened to the bill? It did not get voted on. 4 days on the voting block. 4 days. And it did not get voted on because they knew we had the votes. And they didn't want to have the discussion on the floor. Now, it's not going to go away, although the president of the Senate wants it to be on the referendum. Now I'll ask you a question. When does the majority vote for the minority? Does that seem right to you? No. So I'm going to bring it back in 2010.